Hello, everybody. My name is Penelope. When I was 17, I ran away from home and started dating horrible men for food. But one morning at the beach made me a millionaire. I've had a pretty tough childhood. My family was like cockroaches. There were 7 of us living off food stamps and crashing in different places. And my parents would sometimes fight so badly that they'd leave us for a couple of days to blow off steam. So I was the one that had to take care of the children. Most of the time, I had to skip school myself because there was just so much to do. Until this one time that I just got really tired of it. After my graduation, I worked up the courage to tell my mom I want to go to college. She laughed in my face. "Then who's going to take care of us, baby?" she asked. I was 17 and not ready to take care of 4 children just because my parents were a mess. It was so unfair. That evening, my mom went to the bar as usual, and my baby brother started crying hysterically. I asked my younger sister to take him, took my bag, a couple of things, and left. Left them for good. But I didn't know back then that this was not the lowest point I'd ever reach. I didn't have anywhere to live, so I slept in my car, and in the morning, I'd go to a cafeteria where I worked as a waitress. I'd go to some motel to shower from time to time, but that was it, and I was desperate. This one morning when I was working, an older man, a customer, started staring at me intensely. He left me tons of tips, his number, and a note, "Let me make you coffee." Yes, it was a bit creepy, but I really needed the money. For the last few weeks before that, I kept eating leftover food from our customers, and it needed to stop. So I called him, and from that point, my dating life really changed. I understood that my job won't get me anywhere, so I was dating 8 different guys just to get something to eat and a place to shower. They were treating me like crap, but I had to do it to survive. And there was still a long way to go until it all changed. It was Christmas Eve. I was attending a party with a coworker. I can't even remember how many horrible things I'd put in my body, but there was one particular event that night that I will always remember. I was dancing on the bar when I saw this middle-aged woman walking towards me, furious. She looked like she didn't belong there, and I had never seen her before. Just then, I saw the older man I was dating standing by the door, guilty. I connected the dots instantly. She walked up to me, pulled my hair like crazy, and said, You tore up the family, you trash! We have 3 kids! 3 kids that will grow up without a father!" Everybody was looking at me. She slapped my face and left. But what I saw through the window hurt me the most. Both she and the man sat in the car, and I saw the children sitting in the back seat, confused, scared, crying. They reminded me of myself and my siblings. I felt so much hate towards myself that I pushed a self-destruct button and really went crazy. I woke up the next day on a mat on the beach with a horrible hangover and withdrawal symptoms from my budding addiction. Some homeless addicts were laying beside me and screaming. I knew, this is it. Either I continue down this road, which leads to my death, or I have to start clawing my way out. I think I heard a voice saying, "Pick up your mat and walk." So I did. I walked up to my car in the middle of the supermarket parking where I lived and started doing some calculations. I checked the rent cost and nearly had a heart attack. It would take 5 months for me to save up that much money. I felt tears running down my face when I saw this old weight loss program I had purchased ages ago in the back seat. It was pills from various herbs that would manage your metabolism. I thought that maybe I could help them sell these. I called the manufacturer to see if I could start peddling the product, but they laughed in my face. Again. They said I'd have to get a license, which, again, required money. But I couldn't give up. So I hand-wrote a flyer for the program with my number and put it up at the post office that was nearby. That flyer would change my life forever. I was sitting in the car for the next 3 hours praying. This had to work. That's when I remembered that I had my phone on silent mode. I checked my phone and screamed. I had 25 missed calls. People were interested. I called the manufacturer, placed an order, and during that first month, I made about $5,000. They hired me as a representative, and I finally rented a flat and started planning my life. That very year, I made $250,000. In a couple of years, I was the CEO of this business with 18 weight loss centers all over the country, working myself up to becoming a millionaire. I started lifestyle coaching and helping people to find a goal in their life just as I did. That's when I remembered all those that I'd left behind. I called every school in my city and found out which school my brothers and sisters were attending. I saw them and understood immediately that my parents haven't changed. They were all wearing clothes with holes in them and were hungry. But now I had the money to help them. So I took my parents to court and won the battle. Now we're living in this big, beautiful house and they are doing great. Maybe after some time, we will be able to forget the past and look into the future. I know that life dealt me a bad hand, but I figured out how to make the best of it. Now I'm a strong, successful, and confident woman. I can pay for my coffee, food, and clothes myself. So maybe I'll finally find a man who will be able to give me more.
Did you like this story? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Dear Diary as we post new stories every week.